Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to DiamondTrail Ranch. So you've got ducks, but are they male or female? That's one of the first questions new duck owners ask, and trust me, it's not always obvious. If you bought them from a farm store or got them straight run, you might not know for weeks or even months. Well, today I'm going to break down the simple ways you can tell the difference between a drake and a hen simply by observing your ducks. Whether you just got Pekins, runners, Khaki Campbells, or anything in between, doesn't matter. This will help you. It applies to all of these. Number one, we're going to start with the voice test, and honestly, in my opinion, this is really the easiest way. Let's start with the easiest, most reliable method. Female ducks, straightforward, I'm going to be honest with you, they're loud, boys. Female ducks are very loud. When a female quacks, it's deep, it's loud, classic quack, quack. It straight up sounds like a duck. When you think of a duck, you're probably thinking of a female because it's traditionally they're the louder, more vocal, you know, in your face kind of ducks. They're much louder than the rest. Chances are it's a girl. The men, the boys, drakes are very quiet. This method usually becomes pretty obvious when the ducks are about 5 to 6 weeks old. It works for most common domestic breeds. So if your duck is honking like a car horn, it's a female. Number two, let's look at their feathers, right? The curly feather, the drake feather, they call it. They call it the drake feather. The tail feathers, once your ducks are about 2 to 3 months old, males will usually develop a little upwards curl at the tip of their tail. And they call that, actually you can see them down here. Let me walk over here and show you guys real quick with these ducks. Only the males have it. Females will have straight tail feathers. That curl is one of the surest signs you've got a male. That's a male chicken. That's a rooster. All right, you can actually hear him too. He does this like raspy, this guy here. See him doing the head thing? Well, the one on the right, that's a male. You hear that raspy kind of hiss almost? This breed's different. This one's, what I mean by different, actually there's two right there. You can hear the, you see the two to the left? Those are males. Anyway, you can see it with the drake feathers on their tail. That curl is one of the sure signs you've got a male. Keep in mind though, some young drakes take longer to grow it, and some can lose it during molting. The color differences, duck breeds, you can tell by color alone sometimes, especially in mallard-derived breeds like Rouens, Welsh Harlequins, or the Cayuga ducks, right? Males tend to have a brighter, glossier feather assortment. This guy, I'm looking at him right now, kind of, so you can see the female to the right too. Also the size is a big thing too, but this is number three, the colors. You know, there'll be more iridescent greens on the tail. You see how his is like, he's got a lot more colors going on, just more vibrant. Females are usually duller and more camouflaged. This doesn't apply to all breeds though, but it does to this one here. Pekins obviously are all white, so it's not a good practice. We have Pekins, they're not over here. They're in our pen. If you go back and look at our flock videos, I have tons of videos on all of our ducks. We have several breeds here. So you can't use colors on all breeds, obviously. All white ducks doesn't work. That's why you would test the voice. The Pekins are going to be loud. The male ducks are loud. You can pretty much, that's a dead giveaway on all ducks. That's the easiest way to do it. Like, oh, it's vocal, it's a male. I mean, that's like a dead giveaway. Let me know in the comment section below, though. I'm curious if you've got a loud female. Seriously, that's interesting because it's not common. Drakes, which are males, are usually much bigger and heavier. Here's a comparison. That's a male to the left, and that's a female to the right. Those are size differences right there. They're usually bigger and heavier. They tend to have thicker necks, broader heads, and stand more upright. Behavior-wise, males can also act a little differently. Drakes often follow the hens around, puffing up and trying to show off. They can be more territorial and protective. Use that kind of hissing ritual you saw a few minutes ago. That's kind of with this breed, that's what they do. They won't go after you. Ours don't. They don't. You could go up and pet these, honestly. Especially if you handle them young, you can hold these just fine. So if you see a duck being especially flirty with the others, it's probably a boy. Vent sexing, though, is typically, this is number 5, and it's usually only for experts. If you're just getting into this, I'd stick with the first 4 methods. But there is one more method. I'll be honest, it's not for beginners. Vent sexing. That's when you gently check the duck's straight up private parts to see the reproductive organs. It's that straightforward. It's what hatcheries do to sex their ducklings early. But unless you're trained, it's risky and uncomfortable for the duck. So I don't recommend it unless you're absolutely necessary. For backyard duck owners, literally the tail and the voice, probably on just the voice, but the tail and the voice is, and the size is the dead giveaway. I mean, you can see right here in this video, that is, just by looking at them, that is a clear female to the right and a clear male to the left, right by each other here. So let's wrap this up for you guys. Loud deep quack is a female. Raspy whisperer was the male. You saw that, you heard that. The curly tail feather is going to be a male. The straight tail feathers is going to be a female. Brighter colors and bigger size is usually a male. Behavior can be a clue. Knowing your duck's gender helps with everything. Flock balance, egg expectations, breeding decisions, and even just straight up naming them. So drop a comment below. How many males versus females do you have? Do you have loud males? Because that would be weird too. Ask if you're still unsure. We'll help you guys out. Like this video if it helped, and don't forget to subscribe for more backyard tips.